All right, so there's nobody get excited yet. The time has been pushed back to 9:15, so we have a little bit more time to hang out and get to know each other. Don't play this song yet. Thank you. So yeah, we got time to hang out and get to know each other. What'd you guys have for lunch today? I had a nice bagel with a little sauce on it. Does jelly count as a sauce? Conversation for the hour. Literally crying and screaming right now. I feel you. I really do. I feel you more than you know. I'm very amped up for this game, to say the least. But all good things come to those with patience, and I have very little. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really want this one to giddy up and go. But nonetheless, Hot Springs Hot Tamales picking up a crucial player here earlier on today. Many of you know him. Many of you don't know him. Some of you a little on the fence. You know of him, but not about him. Skiztastic picked up by the Hot Springs Hot Tamales to play in tonight's game. Kind of a form of let's see what he does kind of moment. But whether or not he perseveres, whether or not he fits the team, tonight is his calling card to see if he's going to be a Hot Tamale to further on throughout the season. Of course, Hot Springs going through a little bit of a reworking stage right now. Three of their players have touched the ice here this season so far. Gubby, DZ, and Cloudy. Agent P has not touched SPL ice, but coming out of last season, Disruption and Zartholomew, two of the biggest hitters from the Hot Springs Hot Tamales franchise, stepped away from the game. They retired for the time being. Don't know if they'll come back, if at all. And so, two spots to fill. They found themselves Cloudy coming off the Napoleon Neapolitans, and they're finding themselves Skiztastic. Skiztastic, of course, has a few moments in the Pro Division with the Maryland Ice Orcas. Most notorious for him teaming with Heated Tank back in seasons probably 2 to 4, I want to say, if I was a man to guesstimate it. But yeah, we got 20 minutes to burn, roughly, until the drop of this puck here tonight. But the Oregon Capybaras, one of the few teams to sign up this season to not be assigned a division right off the start of the race, the gunshot, if you will. So there's a little controversy where they were going to be placed. We knew as a staff, just going to give you a little pull back behind the curtains, give you a little look-see to see what's going on behind the scenes, a little full transparency moment. We knew that they were not going to be in the open division. Oregon played in the open division before. They tormented the new players. We're not going to do that again, especially after all the time that they've spent on the ice, getting warmed up, getting better at the game. All those years spent on the grindstone are finally coming to fruition this season. Oregon Capybaras in the Challenger Division. There was controversy whether or not they were going to be wearing the green sweaters or the purple sweaters, and they've made it to the Challenger Division here this season. We'll see if they can prove themselves. They've had 2 games to play so far throughout season number 9 in the rebound stints of the Slapshot Premier League. Of course, on the other side of that tail of the tape are the Hot Springs Hot Tamales, relegating out of the Challenger Division down into the Pro Division after Season 8. So both these teams have some proving to do. Both these teams, a little bit of a new roster. The Oregon Capybaras had 3 players so far play for them. They've only played 2 games in the Challenger Division. They are 1-1 currently, as we'll get into throughout this pregame. But carried by Dad, leading goal scoring columns with 14 shots and 7 goals to show for it on his 9 points throughout his 2 games played. And Kurt going alongside with him 5 assists, 5 shots, 2 goals. So he's passing it around. But, you know, the more you cycle the puck, the less you score. So Wizred right down at the bottom of the notch there. He has the most saves on the team with 4. And his offense suffers a little bit for it. But he is the playmaker. I expect him to be the 3 here tonight. But of course, Kurt and carried by Dad have played Slapshot enough to know how to rotate around one another and complement each other down on the ice. Alongside Hot Springs, going to be a little bit of loss for wearers here tonight. It looks like it's going to be Gubby, DZ, and let me double fact check you there. Gubby, Cloudy, and Skiztastic to play this one. And of course, if you don't have the history behind them, Cloudy's been around for a hot second, has a few notches in the belt in the Pro Division, and by a few, I mean he played last season with the Neapolitans. I think he only played 3 games. He had 3 points to show for it, but this season here down in the Challenger Division, he's averaging a little bit higher than a point per game. 3 games played, 6 goals have found the back of the net off his 12 shots, and he has 5 assists to go along with it to make out 11 points in 3 games. So taking it back down a notch, trying to feel his pace back out. He wants to be a more relevant player. This is going to, he's already par with his last season of games played. I forgot we have cross-division stats to take into account. Cloudy has a decent amount of stats. He has 10 goals, 8 assists, 19 shots, and 6 saves in 4 games played. I forgot we have cross-conference results, and those don't add up on the website. But he has 4 games played here this season. He's already outdoing what he did last season in the Pro Division. And Cloudy, going to be one of the players to watch here tonight as we get this one slowly leaning towards ready to go. So there's a lot of formerly pro talent going around this evening. Skiz, last time he touched professional SPL ice, it's been a hot sec. He played through the reseeding tournament with the Massachusetts Mobsters with Echo. I think I can't name you another Mobster player. I'm going to be honest with you, but he played with the Echo in the reseeding tournament. After the second tournament, they dropped that team and they went their separate ways. But it's technically been since Season 7 that Skiztastic has played professional Slapshot. And so we'll see how much rust he needs to shake off to get into the fast lane on this one. But last time he played was for the Maryland Ice Orcas in the Challenger Division. 20 goals, 23 points, 36 shots, 8 saves on his 7 games played. So he's averaging a little over 3 points a game last time he played in the Challenger Division. But that was back a hot second ago. So there's going to be a little bit of rust there. Season 7 ended on, I think it was July 7th of last year. So it's almost been a full rotation of the sun since this man has touched the ice professionally, and we'll see how much that affects his game here tonight. Of course, he knows how to play the 200-foot of ice. He is the backhand king, as has been proclaimed by a multitude of people, and he is the self-proclaimed man, the myth, the Skiztastic. We want Brazilian servers. That's a good request. I have no power to make that happen. I'm sorry, but yeah, excited to see what's going to happen here tonight. We have a more drawn-out beginning of this broadcast than I originally intended. I was told at 9 o'clock. It is 9 o'clock currently here on the East Coast of America. If you're not familiar with the Slapshot Premier League, just to fill more open space with a little bit more detail, tonight's matchup we are watching is from the Challenger Division. Challenger is made up by 2 conferences. Each conference has 6 teams inside of it. Of course, in the regular season, each conference plays the other teams inside of their conference 2 times, and everybody in the opposing conference 1 time for a total of 19 games played. I guess we could pull up the graphic for the standings to help alliterate what's going on here. Challenger is our second highest division in the Slapshot Premier League. These 2 conferences are before you here tonight. Hot Springs Hot Tamales, the 2nd seed of the Minnesota Conference. You can see that on the top side of the bracket. And the Oregon Capybaras are 2nd seed in the MDub Conference. They're tied in a 3-way tie for first place with the Michigan Mallards, the Hanover Ham Hoggers. Michigan was going to play 2 games here tonight, but they were knocked down to 1. But I don't think we'll get to see that. I think I'm the only caster around tonight, and this is the only game I have time to do. So we're riding with it, we're leaning with it, we're rocking with it. Hot Springs Hot Tamales are 3-1 so far this season. They have a 15-plus goal differential, which is highest out of all of the Challenger Division teams. So they know how to shoot, they know how to score, they know how to really put you through your paces down on the ice, and they'll pass it around you. We'll see if they're able to pull that off here tonight. They don't have their core 3, but they do have a little bit of a mix-up, so we'll see if that really affects them whenever it gets down to the nitty and the gritty. Of course, going back to the main hierarchy of Slapshot, Rebound, and the Slapshot Premier League, we have 4 divisions here in the North American audience. Of course, if you are new and you're not familiar with all of the esports that we have for Slapshot Rebound, the European crowd is under the banner of the EUSL, the European Slapshot League, and we have an Australian, and I guess Oceania is a better catch-all term for it, for their crowd over there. I think they had 2 divisions here this last season. Great Slapshot. They play 3v3 in Oceania. They play 4v4 in EUSL. So take it as you will. But But this division will be in the Challenger division. We're going to see how these two teams put themselves through their paces. They have never seen each other on SPL ice prior to tonight, so it is a first night of many. Of course, these two teams are in opposing conferences, so this is the only time these two teams will see each other here in the regular season. But we'll see who can lean with the punches better here tonight. Of course, above the Challenger division is our Pro division. This is where everybody strives to be. Everybody wants to be a part of the Pro division and fight for the title. We have 10 teams up in the Pro division. Everybody plays everybody 2 times up there. Top 6 make playoffs. Bottom 2 are put up to the task of fighting for the spot for next season. 10th place of the Pro division will become a Challenger team going into Season 10. And of course, out of the Challenger playoffs, whoever wins the championship will get put into Pro automatically, no questions asked. Now, the team that loses the Challenger playoff championship and the team that places 9th in the Pro division will have to play each other next season to see who gets their reins up into the red sweaters. But that's more of a later problem. Coming down in the intermediate division, 2 conferences, 7 teams in each conference, same spiel as the Challenger division, and yeah, teams are working with it, to say the least. There's been a little bit of a late start for the teams getting warmed up. A few things coming up IRL, and so the game was pushed back to 9:15. Not sure which team is at fault, which team is to blame there, but that is just what the captain of sorry, I can't read and talk at the same time. I'm still working on that one. But the captain of the Oregon Capybaras, carried by Dad, has passed that along to me. But I'm going to step away for about 5 minutes, and then we will get the actual pregame underway here tonight between, that's not the right screen, between the Oregon Capybaras and the Hot Springs Hot Tamales. But yeah. The exclamation point Discord gets you to where you need to be. If you're on mobile, of course, we have buttons down below the stream for those on desktop to find their way.
Fight!
Here we are at the Hot Springs Arena in Hot Springs, Virginia, where the Hot Springs Hot Tamales will take on the Oregon Capybaras in our only matchup here on the SPL Network here tonight. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Darth. Let's get to know the rosters that are going to be on the ice for this one. For the Oregon Capybaras, they're new to the Challengers scene. We'll see how they float with it so far this season. They're 1-1 and looking to possibly be 2-1. Right now, they're tied for first place in their conference, the MW Conference, in the Challenger Division, alongside the Michigan Mallards and the Hanover Ham Hoggers. So tonight's 2 points are going to be huge. The Michigan Mallards playing later tonight at 10:30. Whether or not they win is more of a them battle. But carried by Dad this season, captaining the Oregon Capybaras, contrary to Kurt's captaincy, past the last 5 seasons, I want to say, past the previous season that the Oregon Capybaras have been in the Slapshot Premier League. This time, carried by Dad's, handling the scheduling, handling the captaincy role, and I think he's doing quite well. But this season, they found themselves with Hot Wing, the former Maui Monkey himself, playing from the Pro Division down to Challenger this time around. Whether or not he's on the ice, we're still up for debate, as Gubby and Cloudy join the lobby for the Hot Springs Hot Tamales. Just stated for the record. Oregon Capybaras also have Wizred. Wizred last season was looking towards the Edmonton Beauties for a little pick-me-up, but I think 2 days after Wizred joined that roster, the Titanic went down, so to speak. But Oregon looking to make a name for themselves up in the Challenger Division, looking to get into the Pro Division. Top 2 of each conference in the Challenger Division will get a crack at the Challenger playoffs. If you win the playoffs, you get Pro. If you get to the Championship Series, you will at least be given a shot at it, as if you lose, you will play the 9th place of Pro in a best of 3 come season number 10. Of course, Hot Springs Hot Tamales picking up a few big names after the end of Season 8. Disruption and Zartholomew both leaving the franchise for the time being, leaving Agent P, DZ, and Gubby to figure out where they want to sail this ship for Season 9. They picked up Cloudy from the Napoleon Neapolitans, and he's really fit in. Of course, Cloudy and Agent P do have a history with each other, so whether or not he was going to fit in really wasn't up for debate. Whether or not he was going to fit in the lob or the VC was not up for debate. Whether or not he was going to fit in on the ice was a little bit more. As the Hot Springs Hot Tamales also picked up Skiztastic today. Tonight is kind of his tryout, as Agent P put it. So if he vibes, if he ebbs and flows with the team, he might stick around. If not, he might be back at the guillotine. I don't know what's going to happen tonight, but Gubby, Cloudy, and Skiztastic are the allured starting lineup for the Hot Springs Hot Tamales Oregon Capybaras. One of them sitting out. One of them has to sit out. It's 3v3 Slapshot. There's going to be a few terms that I talk about here in this broadcast that you need to know. First and foremost, the positioning. There's the 1, the 2, and the 3. The 1 is your striker. He's your offenseman. He scores the most. He shoots the most. He's your down-the-ice leading pass. And he's the one that really puts the bullet in the slug, as somebody's probably said once. Your 2 is your midfielder. He plays in between the 1 and the 3 for the most part. He's your strongest back checker. He's your strongest fort checker. And he's your middleman to set up those passing plays, or maybe, finishing those passing plays. Some people use the 2 one way. Some people use the 2 the other way. There's a lot of forms and facets of the 2 in 3v3 Slapshot. Of course, last but not least, your 3. If you don't have a good 3, you don't have a good team. I've stood on that rock, and I'm going to die on that hill. Your 3 is your defenseman. He's your goaltender. The goaltender era kind of died out back in Season 3 of SPL Rebound, so it has been a hot second since we've seen a standalone goaltender outside of maybe Menno from the Neapolitans. But they used to be, now there's far and few between them. Not so back in the day. But the eras have changed. The meta has changed along with it. And the Hot Springs Hot Tamales looking to advance into the sunset with possibly a win. They're 3-1 right now in the season. They're feeling pretty good about themselves. They've taken down a few hefty titans along the way, and well, let's take a look at what the Challenger scene looks like here for season number 9. We have 2 conferences, the Minnesota Conference at the top of your screen and the MW Conference below that. Right now, Oregon Capybaras, like I said previously, are tied right now 1-1 with the Michigan Mallards and the Hanover Ham Hoggers. The tiebreaker after there is a 3-way tie like that is the goal differential, and that is why they are seated as they are on your screen. Hot Springs Hot Tamales right now to 3-way tie as well. 3 wins for the Royals, 3 wins for the Fantasy, and 3 wins for the Tamales. Additionally, everybody plays their own conference 2 times this regular season. Everybody plays outside of their conference 1 time. So the Fantasy at the top of the upper bracket, they will play the Tamales twice in the regular season. On the contrary, down at the bottom, they will only play the Mallards 1 time. And yeah, the Challenger Division is our second highest division in the Slapshot Premier League. So this will not be the cream of the crop that we see here tonight. But the teams that are trying to punch into the top 15%. I haven't done the math, but I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a very for the lack of a better term, I don't even know if it's fitting, but it's a bit of a coming of age story here tonight, where some of these teams might be in pro next season. Some of these teams, not so much. One of these teams will be guaranteed a pro spot by the end of the regular season, by the end of the postseason, my bad. But who will it be? Right now, Tamales and Fantasy in the playoff spot for the Minnesota Conference. Bottom side of your screen, it's the Mallards and Capybaras. Capybaras with a win here tonight would be huge to extend themselves over the rest of their conference. Of course, Minnesota Conference has a little bit more points to play around with, if you will. But Hot Springs Hot Tamales want this win, but so does Oregon. Who wants it more? That's what we're here to decide here tonight. We're about 2 minutes away from the drop of the puck here this afternoon. Gubby, Cloudy still the only 2 in the lobby for us so far. And they're feeling pretty all right about it. Talking about the history between these 2 teams, there's not any. This is the first time and only time these 2 teams will see each other in the regular season. And previously, these 2 teams have never played against each other on official SPL ice. For the Oregon Capybaras, the man to watch here tonight is carried by Dad. He's played both games for the boys in orange here tonight. 14 shots, 9 points, and 7 of those 9 points are goals. He leads the team in goals. He leads his team in shots. He leads his team in saves. He's a very diverse player. And so here tonight, keep an eye on him as he's going to be out there shooting. He's going to be out there scoring. And on the flip side of that coin, I'm picking out Gubby. I think he's the man that makes the Hot Tamales the Hot Tamales. Kurt, carried by Dad and Wizred, just joined the lobby, so now we're just waiting on, I believe, Skiztastic for the Hot Tamales to get this one underway. Gubby leads, scoring 13 goals on his 4 games played. There's a little merit to it. He's hit the net 22 times, 13 of those going in. He has 10 assists to go alongside with it, so he's going to be the man down the ice. We're going to see what happens. I really don't know what's going to... If Gubby's hot, he's hot, if you know what I'm saying. So as soon as 9:15 rolls around, which it just did, I'm gonna peek into Skiztastic is in the VC, so he's ready to rock and roll. Gubby's in there as well. Being the manager of the Hot Tamales, I might be a little biased in this one, and call me out if you hear it. But Cloudy right now taking a bathroom break right before we get started here tonight, and hopefully we'll see these juices flowing here sooner rather than later. Of course, Hot Springs, if you're just tuning in, playing with Skiztastic, which has just been added merely hours ago. I believe it was 2 hours ago when that ticket opened up from Agent P saying, hey, we're adding him. We're going to see what happens. Skiztastic's reputation, more times than not, precedes him. So tonight will be anticipated by many that know his name and know what he's all about. Whether or not he lives up to it, that's up for debate. But both teams down there warming up right now. 3 players that have played every game for the Hot Springs Hot Tamales, Gubby, Deezy, and Cloudy. They're going to be playing without one of those here tonight. And we'll see the effects full focused here in a few moments. Of course, Oregon, only man that has not touched SPL ice out of their roster, will also not play tonight. So they got their core 3 down pat, and I feel like it'll be how fast can Hot Springs figure out their game here against a team that has played together. Oregon, 2 games played, all 3 of the players being the same men. And yeah, of course, SPL matches are 3 periods each. Each period is 5 minutes long. And if we get to the end of the third and it is still tied, we will go into a sudden death overtime where first goal wins. And you get a little consolation prize if you do make it to overtime and you lose, as is par in the NHL. If you're a fan of the NHL, you get 2 points on the standings for a regulation or overtime win. If you lose it in regulation, you get nothing on the standings, and if you lose it in overtime, you get 1 consolation point for making it at least 2 overtime. If you're from Europe, it's a little bit different with EUSL, where their regulation win is 3 points, their overtime win is 2 points, their overtime loss is 1, and if you lose in regulation, you get nothing. So it awards players to try to get it done in regulation, whilst this system, it's just a pull rate from the North American Hockey League. It just awards you to survive. So maybe we'll see that here tonight. Skiz just joined the lobby, so we have 6 ready to go whenever they feel it is time. But starting lineup for the Hot Springs Hot Tamales is Skiztastic, Gubby, and Cloudy. For the Oregon Capybaras, it is carried by Dad, Kurt, and Wizred. I'm just waiting for one person to ready up. I'm not going to name his name, but he knows who he is. But everybody's on their sides. Everybody's ready to rock. Everybody's ready to roll. Hot Springs on the right side of your screen. Oregon on the left. The puck is dropped. The game is on, and time is underway here in the first. Passed out in front. Kurt going to be after this one. Cloudy there challenging him from the Hot Springs Hot Tamales. As it leaks down that far side wall. Wizred here going to pick it up back behind his own goal line. Looking to start the breakout 15 seconds into the first. Gubby there challenging him. Finds it off his backhand over to Cloudy. Cloudy pulling, shooting, far side and wide. Here's Kurt with it now for the Oregon Capybaras. Out of the reach of carried by Dad on the far side wall. Here's Skiztastic picking up the mantle. Tosses it top side. Gubby off the backhand. Looks across it across the green. Wizred out of the zone. Finds carried by Dad. Stopped immediately by Gubby back in the neutral zone. Here's Skiz. Kurt get that one down into the corner. Skiz, a little spin to win tactic. Back out to the point. Hits Gubby in stride off that backhand. Gets this one back down low. Wizred waiting for that one. Down into the near side corner. Wizred keeps it low. Off that backhand, trails this one down the near side straight, carried by Dad off the backhand, not able to direct that one on target. Cloudy looking to retrieve the mail down the near side wall. Wizred there challenging him to a jousting match as he retreats this one back to his own defensive zone. 60 seconds into this first period of action. Down the straight, Gubby with a catch, nice stop, but not able to get that one generated out the other way. Cloudy to Gubby, topside into the corner of the Capybaras zone. Little do-si-do comes out Gubby's way over to Skiz. Skiz near side wall, shot wide over to Gubby. Gubby corrals that one back out to the neutral zone. Here's Cloudy picking it up. We're going to put it down over to Skiz. Skiz pulls off the backhand, shot wide off the near side. Wizred challenged by Gubby, banks it off the wall. Skiz pulling, shooting. Nice stop there by carried by Dad out at the point. Skiz off the forehand, finds Gubby along the top side wall along that red line. Shot goes off, carried by Dad. Skiz throws it into the corner and out of the reach of Cloudy. Here's Wizred with it now for Oregon. Wizred to the near side with 3:20 to work with here in the first period. Looking to get the first shot on the board. Both teams not able to hit the net so far here tonight. Both teams looking to feel each other out here in this first 5 minutes of action. Kurt shooting far side and wide. Here's Gubby to collect the loose pieces. Looking to grab those pennies, make $1 out of it. So we have 3:05 in ticking here tonight. Skiz goes off the backhand. Nice shot there by carried by Dad, but not able to get that one past Gubby. Kurt trying to finesse his way on the topside boards. Cloudy's shot stopped by carried by Dad. Dad down to the near side. Skiz getting that backhand. Back out to his own blue line. Backhand saucer. Pass over to Cloudy. Cloudy looking to take this one downtown. Pass out in front through the crease, but nobody there in a red jersey to put that one away. Skiz out in front. Cloudy pulling. Backhand shooting. Nice stop by Dad into the far side corner. The rebound comes out to Wizred. Here's Wizred with it now over to carried by Dad. Carried by Dad gets this one down low. Skiz off that backhand. Looking towards that top side of the ice over to Gubby. Gubby with 2:30 to work with here in the first period of action. Here's Wizred once more down in his own corner. Stopped by Gubby. Shooting far side and wide. Wizred here with it once more down towards this near side. Trying to weigh his options. Topside, Dad with it now. It's 2 decisions to make. It's past Cloudy. Cloudy back on his horse. Sends his one near side over to Skiz. Skiz shooting across the green, and that one goes wide into the corner. Here's Cloudy with it now. Dad fights for it. Topside pass out to the point. Here's Gubby. Gubby to Skiz from the hip into the near side wall. Wizred there challenging him every inch of the way. Not making his life any easier. Here's Cloudy. Forcing him down to the near side wall. Wizred off the wall. Finds Kurt. Kurt pulling. Shooting. Goes off Gubby. In the crease. Save made out to the top side. Thanks to Skiz. Here's Cloudy with it once more. 1:48 to go. Gubby, stopped by Kurt. Kurt off the backhand. Gubby off the backhand as well, finding its way off the near side wall. The Hot Tamales trying to push forward. So they bring it back to their own defensive end, just out of the reach of Cloudy. Team trying to get a hold of the game plan here tonight. Cloudy trying to captain the boys along the near side corner, carried by Dad, throwing his wrench into the clockwork. Wizrud back at his own hash marks. Top side out to the offensive zone. Shooting far side and wide. The rebound comes out to Kurt. Down the near side. Goes corner to corner. As Skiz will retreat this one back down to the sender. Kurt. Forehand towards Dad. Skiz on his heels. Back out to the point. Wizrud pulling. Not able to get the shot off. Here's Gubby with it now with 1:08. Gubby to the near side. A bank pass out. Goes off Skiztastic at the red line as he advances this one through. Goes off Dad and into the corner. 60 to go. Wizrud challenged by Skiztastic in the near side corner, as they'll wheel this one for a moment. Wizrud weighing his options, mulling it over. Near side, finds his way to Kurt. Kurt with an empty 4x6. A tough shot, hits the post, top side. Dad with it now, back out to the neutral zone, trying to keep possession for the boys in brown here tonight. Kurt back over to Wizrud. Wizrud with it now. A long-time SPL player, playing ever since the first season of Rebound. It has been a hot second since then. Gubby awarded that save, keeping this one back out of the pipes. As it comes along the wall, Cloudy here off that backhand. Cloudy scoops the area pass over to Gubby. Gubby, the former Northern Hills Voodoo player, took his talent to Hot Springs here for the past few seasons. Skiztastic getting a piece of this one back towards the defensive end. Gubby looking to carry this one. Dad with a shot off that near side and wide. Gubby swinging this one down to the near side corner. Skiztastic trying to advance his efforts for the boys in red off that backhand. Has the shot lane, not able to take it down the uprights. Wizrud getting in the way of that, and that is the end of the first. Scoreless at the end of one. Both teams feeling each other out, pacing each other through it, and nobody able to really get a whole lot of offense generated so far here tonight. And you can feel it. The tension is high between these two teams. Neither team wants to lose it. We'll see what they can do here in the second period of action. So get this one back down on the ice. Get the action back underway. The puck is dropped. The game is on, and the clean 5 on the clock, as the Hot Springs Hot Tamales defend the right cage and the Oregon Capybaras defend the left cage. Wizrud to the near side, banks it off the glass, past Cloudy, not the full 200. Here's Gubby with it now for the Hot Springs Hot Tamales. Top side along the wall, finds Skiztastic off the forehand. That one goes directed wide off the forehand of Kurt. Here's Wizrud, near side, finds it down to the near side point, carried by Dad, wheeling this one down into the corner. Here's Gubby with it once more. So he looks to take his efforts to the top side, cuts it across over to Skiz. Skiz has a little bit of room to work with, feeds this one back over to Gubby. Gubby to Skiz. Skiz off the backhand, stopped by Wizrud. Wizrud looking to make the most of his efforts as it lobs its way into the corner. Gubby here to retrieve it for the Hot Springs Hot Tamales. Gubby top side, Cloudy, stopped by Kurt. Kurt pulling, top side, shooting, scoring, and our first bucket has found its way into the twine. With 4:13 remaining here in the middle chapter of play, Kurt able to beat Gubby on the far side lane. Carried by Dad, taking this one towards the top side. Skiztastic getting a few pieces of it, but not able to take the puck away from him. Carried by Dad with a good chip pass over to Kurt. Kurt with a nice shot. Gubby with a better save as that one ships its way into the near side corner. The boys survive. Skiztastic tries to get through the traffic, goes off Kurt's forehand down to the near side corner. The boys push towards. Here's Gubby with an out. Shooting, goes off Kurt to the corner. Kurt off the forehand. Wizrud shooting a long distance shot just off the near side and wide of the Hot Springs cage. Skiztastic off that backhand towards that top side, finding his way over to Gubby. Gubby off the forehand, gets this one even farther north, down behind the enemy goal line. Wizrud, Skiz, sent wide off to the near side wall. Here's Cloudy back at his own goal line. Pass off the wall, finding his way off the hip of Skiz, shooting. A save there by Kurt. Now one's directed into the near side corner. Oregon here with possession. Kurt top side, goes past Gubby, over off the hands of Dad over to Skiz. Skiz at the red line, looking to wheel this one out for a shot off the forehand. But carried by Dad, staying in that shot lane pretty pristinely. Here's Cloudy, topside wall. Skiz out in front. Gubby here challenging this one down in the near side corner as he passes it back out to the point. Cloudy handles this one topside over to Skiz. Skiz off the backhand. Dad challenging him. Skiz panics a little bit, but tries to stay between him and the goal. Not able to do so. Dad staying composed. Gubby off the backhand sends this one loose back to the neutral zone. Here's Wizrud with it with 2:48 to go here in the second. Gubby trying to pressure as much as he possibly can. Skiz topside out at the point. Wheeling, shooting, goes off Kurt. Wizrud awarded that save into the far side wall. Here's Wizrud with it now. 2 minutes 37 to work with here in this middle chapter of play. Only one man has scored a goal so far here tonight, and he's wearing a brown jersey. Gubby gets a deflection towards that top side, trying to find that passing lane out in front for Cloudy, but not able to hit that as Wizred had the gate shut. Skiz left alone with the puck near side, trying to advance his way onward. The puck leaks off of it. Here's Wizred with it now with 2:16 to go here in second of 3 periods. Cloudy stopped by Wizred. Dad top side. Reels this one near. Wizred loses that one against Cloudy. Here's Gubby, near side, shooting, scoring, and that's a beautiful one-timer shot. Bobby Brown, Mary Lemieux. Just has to stand there and let it hit him. .202 to work with here in the second. We're tied up at 1. Carried by Dad here off that forehand. Stopped by Gubby. Gubby advancing. Tries to dangle topside to get a shot lane opened up. Dad awarded that save into the topside corner. The rebound comes out to Wizred. Wizred here with an out for the Capybaras. Sending this one saucered out to Dad. Panhandled back over to Kurt. Kurt off Skiz. Here's Wizred with it now for the boys in brown. Off the hip. Here's Skiztastic with it once more topside. Stopped by Dad. Over to Wizred. Wizred not able to take that one cleanly. Gubby with a chip towards the cage, but not able to get that one on. Gubby out in front. Skiz wheeling. Forehand. Shooting. Near side and wide. Here's Gubby shooting towards the cage. Not able to find the empty 4x6. Here's Cloudy with it. Taking this one off the forehand. Backhand. Down in the enemy corner. Wizred lets that one leak through to the top side. Here's Skiz back to the neutral zone. Look for the near side pass. Not able to get it as Dad chucks this one down into the hot spring zone. Gubby looking to handle this one. Kurt pulling that one off the backhand. Gubby there with a nice deflection. Sends this one top side. Skiz returns that one right back to the center. Kurt shooting top side and wide. Dad trying to get after this one with 60 seconds to go here in the second chapter of play. Cloudy backhand through that neutral zone into the offensive end. Oregon with possession. Cloudy knocks it loose. Not able to get that one to Gubby. Here's Kurt with it now. Kurt taking his time back behind his own cage. Leaning down towards that near side wall. Shooting, scoring, and an empty net. You might as well hit it. And they lead by 1 with 40 seconds remaining here in the second chapter of play. Nice shot by Gubby. Early deflection on there by the Oregon defense. Cloudy, Gubby looking for the pass out in front. Not able to hit the trifecta. 30 seconds remaining. Gubby almost able to net one there as it goes through the crease into the top side corner. Wizred fighting along his own defensive yellow. Here's Gubby with an out. Wheeling off the backhand. Goes off, carried by Dad, and he'll dump this one down into the hot spring zone. 16 seconds remain. Cloudy here with possession. Has to fight for it as Dad caught up to him. Cloudy just not able to take the puck on the curve of his stick. The lag might just be catching up with him. Skiz off the tip of the pole stick, finds his way over to Gubby. Gubby off the forehand. Pings out top side. Cloudy will leave it in the corner. And that is the end of the second. 2-1 at the end of 2. Oregon Capybaras making a statement here tonight. 4 shots on goal. All they needed to score 2. We'll see what they do here in the final chapter. This third period is what it all comes down to. It just, only one question still remains tonight, and who wants it more? The possession time very even, the passing game a little bit more lopsided to the Hot Springs' favor. That takeaway game, pretty close to even. I mean, you can't, we got 6 ready to rock, we got 6 ready to roll. We're taking this one downtown, back to the Hot Springs Arena. The Hot Springs Hot Tamales will defend the right cage, and the Oregon Capybaras will defend the left cage at some point tonight. Maybe, possibly. That's hopefully. Ooh. Please. Today. I don't know what it's doing. Ooh, spooky. All right, we'll take a look at the individual stats for a little bit. Oh, I forgot that. You can't live with him. You can't live without him. But so far here tonight, the takeaway's pretty even, all things considered. Looking at the stats going into tonight, I was expecting a lot of turnovers out of the hands of Carried by Dad, as so far this season he has 8 turnovers to his 1 takeaway. He's really played it well. He's got 4 takeaways. He's quintupled his numbers after starting this game and finishing it. Of course, this third period we'll have a little bit more to say about that, I would assume. But you know what they say about the caster and their curse. Anything I say will happen probably won't. And we'll move on with our lives at the end of this next period. But yeah, as long as the slap servers want us to play slap shot, we will play. Whether or not they like it. But as soon as Gubby readies up, we'll get this one underway for the final period. We won't have stats to look at after this one, so take a gander as they're still here. 6 ready to rock, 6 ready to roll. We're taking this one down to the ice for the final period of action between the Oregon Capybaras on the left side and the Hot Springs Hot Tamales on the right. The puck is dropped, the game is on, and the final period of action is underway. Carried by Dad, trying to force the issue on the near side wall. Gubby back over to Cloudy. Cloudy looking towards that top side of the ice for a forehand pass. Kurt there tries to swat it alive. Skiz not able to take that one in stride as they battle it out down the near side corner with Wizrud. Skiz tries to keep composed near side along to the point. Cloudy keeps this one loose down center lane. Skiz sets the pick. Gubby takes the puck. Shooting, hits the post. Wizrud awarded that save. Keeps this one wide of the Oregon cage. Cloudy, topside Gubby. Backhand. Looking to send this one from that blue line. Just trying to get this one any form, way, shape, or facet north for the Hot Springs Hot Tamales. But in the end, didn't really matter. Wizrud, near side, gets this one off over to Dad. Dad not able to take that one in stride. Here's Skiztastic with it once more. Skiz goes corner to corner, topside over to Cloudy. Cloudy not having a whole lot of options, sends this one back over to Skiz. Skiz pulling off that backhand, looks towards that top side of the ice. Off the forehand, stopped by Dad. Dad panhandle, goes off to the near side. Forehand shot goes across the grain and out to the top side corner. Cloudy here retrieving the puck. Near side over to Skiz. Skiz off the backhand, wheeling, shooting. Goes off Kurt's forehead over to Wizrud. Wizrud stopped by Cloudy. Cloudy here advancing, shooting, scoring, and we have a tie ball game. Able to pop that one home. Wizrud thinking he had it, but in fact he was the have-he. We're tied at 2. Here's Cloudy with it now. Going towards that top side of the ice off that backhand. Fed this one over to Skiz. Skiz with a forehand shot goes into the near side corner. Here's Gubby forcing it towards the crease. Wizrud, top notch, able to stick that one out towards that top side of the ice. Cloudy here retrieving the loose puck back in his own end. Takes this one off the backhand, top side over to Gubby. Gubby goes off his hip over to Kurt as he throws this one back neutral zone. Cloudy here trying to get possession back. Dad doing the same for the Capybaras. Finding his way back over to Wizrud. Wizrud off the forehand. Skiz forcing him down to the near side. Here's Kurt with a hook shot. Not able to get enough on that one. Cloudy past Skiz out the full 200. Down into the Capybaras zone once more. Here's Wizrud with it. Off the backhand. Looking for Kurt off the near side. Just a little behind him on the pass. We'll take the bank. Cloudy out of the zone. Topside Skiz. Shot saved. Wizrud awarded that one. This goes into the near side wall. About halfway through this third period of action. Only 1 goal has been scored so far. Wizrud near side straight over to Kurt. Out in front. Through the crease and out the other end. Dad forcing that one towards the crease. Not able to get that one through cleanly. Gubby able to be that solid object of permanence. Here's Wizrud with it now from the Capybaras down towards that near side. Playing the prominent 3 position here tonight for the Oregon Capybaras. Looking to do it again. Scoring off the near side. And he makes it 3-2. 2:29 to go. He found himself a little light at the end of the tunnel in that one. Halfway through the third. Who wants the next one? Skiz out in front. Shot saved by Kurt. Goes out to the near side. Gubby's shot. Not able to get that one through the traffic. Cloudy there awarded that save back at his own blue line from the long distance bomb attempted by Wizrud. Here's Gubby with it now. Off the forehand. Looking to take this one back on the defensive side. Here's Cloudy with it with 2:07 to work with here in the third. Pass over to Gubby. Gubby off the forehand. Slapped away by Wizrud. He's not going to be deterred that easily. Gubby sticking with it. Off the backhand. Goes out the end of the enemy cage. Trying to feed this one towards that top side. Skiz collapsing down on it. Not able to take the puck. It's Cloudy. Take this one back on the defensive side. Dad just simply faster. Finds his way over to Skiz. Skiz off the backhand. Trying to fake out Dad. Dad not selling or buying anything that he's selling. As Skiz tries to force his way down the near side lane. Cloudy picking up the loose pieces, trying to put together that jigsaw puzzle. Topside Gubby off the back end, not able to get the shot through as Kurt was on the prowl. Dad looking to get that shot attempt, just not able to get that one through cleanly. Kurt to Dad, empty net shooting, wide of the cage off the near side. Here's Gubby with an out with a $1.25 to go here in the third. They're down by 1. We'll see what they can do with it. Gubby trying to take this one downtown over to Cloudy. Cloudy off the back end, bringing this one back on the defensive end. Trying to find that passing lane topside. A little area pass for Gubby. Will he be fast enough? Wizrud taking a few stick checks to give himself some elbow room. Cloudy keeping this one down low. Kurt here with possession. Back over to Wizrud. Wizrud off the forehand. Topside over to Carried by Dad. Carried by Dad getting this one down low. This season's captain for Oregon. Kurt trying to help his man out down in the corner. Gubby fighting for his life. Fighting for his right to party, some might even say. Gubby off that backhand. Looking towards that near side. Might have the leading pass to Skiz. He'll take it. Whether or not he had it. Skiz polling. Shooting. Saved by Kurt. Over to Dad. Out to the point. Skiz with a little spin. Trying to give Gubby some time to work with. Goes off the backhand of Kurt. Topside towards the hands of Cloudy. Cloudy missing. Shooting. And that one's wide off the near side by Wizrud yet again here tonight. 30 seconds to go. 1 goal is needed to keep themselves alive. Cloudy off the backhand. Trying to get this one away. Wizrud with it now. Down towards the near side. Finding his way over to Gubby. Gubby off the backhand. Shooting just wide of the cage. Here's Skiz with it now. Off the forehand. Not able to get the shot through. 17 seconds to go. Gubby tries to dangle his way through. Topside goes into the corner. Skiz after this one off the backhand. Kurt getting a piece of it. Z tries to wheel this one back down in for the Hot Tamales. What a save by Dad. That would have been an overtime decider. Kurt, topside. Dad with 3. And he'll cement this one away as an Oregon Capybaras victory after the end of the match. 3-2. I need somebody. I don't know if the players are listening to this or not. We need somebody to go back in the game and score that overtime goal. Thank you, Kurt. We won't have the stats if it doesn't happen. Yeah, 3-2 the final score. Oregon able to get this one done in regulation, able to finalize themselves a spot at the top of their leaderboard in the Challenger Division. These aren't really the stats. These are the third period stats, though. And, yeah, they really put it down. They really hunkered down there in that third period of action. 7 shots for the Hot Springs Hot Tamales in period 3 alone. And a lot of possession time to go alongside with it. Hot Springs cycled the puck well, but it was not well enough to capitalize on a victory. Third period stats, if you want to add them up from previously in the broadcast. This wasn't the cleanest one we've ever done, but it certainly is one of them. Slapshot is a Slapshot does, and Slapshot doesn't want us to play sometimes. So, Skiz's first game in the red jersey wasn't objectively a bad one. I feel like if they play a little bit more and they get to know each other's tendencies a little bit better and just get used to the game once again, they'll be a unit, so to speak. Right now, Hot Springs' record advances to a 3-2 record. Oregon, right now, 2-1. We'll see what the rest of the season has in store for both of these hockey clubs, respectively. But until the next time these two teams meet, maybe in Season 10, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll meet in the playoffs, who's to say. But as for the regular season, that is all these two teams have for us in terms of competition. But with that being said, that's all the more time you have from me here tonight on the SPL Network. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the resub, Cheese Pup. I appreciate you. Thank you for the resub, Nair. Hope you're having a great day. But thank you for all the big names in red as well. Eli Irvion, Jaystronics, Min Snoda, M-Dub, Gubby, alongside Unglued Snail, Maynard, Q Silver, Cloudy, Davo, and Renard. Your support means the world to at least me. I can speak for myself. I don't know about the rest of them, but I appreciate it immensely. Yeah, if you want on this, just sub to the channel. I'll get you your name up there. The boys in blue go above and beyond. The boys in red, I don't know where they get the money from, but they go even farther beyond than the boys in blue. But everybody's white name has, at one point, subbed to the channel, so if you want your name cemented in infamousy, that's the way you do it. It's like $5. If you have Prime, it's free. And if you're not on the list, just DM me. and I'll get you on there after I fact check you. But yeah, Kurt, I can do the logs for you. Thanks for playing. It was a good match, and we'll be back later on throughout the week for more Slapshot action. But as for tonight, that is all I got in my back wallet here on the SPL Network. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Darth. Check out the website. SPL.gg gets you to the website. Discord.spl.gg gets you to our Discord. If at all you wanted to join that, keep up with the latest SPL news. The website is updated first, and then the Discord is updated right after that, as long as I'm not slacking off. But thank you for tuning in. That is going to be it for me here tonight. I hope you all have a great evening, a great afternoon, and a great night.